2014, we visited Kristiansand in Norway. It is the seaside resort city in southern Norway, and it has a population of around 85,000. Kristiansand is famous for its zoo. We booked a shore excursion to the Norway's southernmost lighthouse. It has the South Cape has a unique and a very beautiful landscape. So you get when you climb the lighthouse, you get a beautiful and spectacular view of the city and the landscape. You have to climb like 101 steps to the top, and then before climbing the lighthouse, we had to first go through the steep hill, as the lighthouse is in an elevation of 50 meters. We somehow reached the top of the lighthouse and got a scenic view of the city and the landscape. It was such a spectacular view. You can see it in this video. Though the lighthouse was built in 1615, the current lighthouse was set up in 1915. It's a cast iron tower, and the new lamp lens were all refitted. And in 1920, this station got its first fog signal.
Yeah. Morning. Oh no, running. She likes flowers, so yeah. There we go.
Over. Yeah, and then my name is Cecile. I also want to go over the safety equipment. So towards an island, and the island is called Odrøya, Otter Island. It used to be a quarantine island for the pest and the cholera, and it was closed for the public till 1992. After that, they started building beautiful buildings on the west side of the island, and we are going to see a few of them. The first one we're going to see is going to be in front of us and then to your right, and that building is called Hilden. And Hilden translated its source, and it's a source of different artistic expressions. So it's a theater. It has 4 stages. Each stage is a building. It's 4 buildings in one. And if you see there is a tutu, it's called the wooden wave. Goes all the way into the building. And we all know what a tutu is, right? It's a ballerina skirt. And for all the men who always have dreamt to look underneath a ballerina skirt, this is the time to do it. You can walk over there later on. Of course, then we have the ballerina, and the ballerina is standing right in front of it, and it is a pole on a little island. And the pole dances with the wind. So if it's very windy, it moves around quite a bit. The wooden wave represents why Kristiansand was founded, and it was mainly founded for the export of wood to the Netherlands. On the right of the theater used to be a silo, and that silo is going to be an art gallery. And then right next to that we have our channel buildings, or channel city they call it. Between the big apartments there are little channels that you can go up with your boat. On the left we have our beautiful container garden, and we all know that gas and oil are the cornerstones of our economy. And then on the right is a fish market, and I suggest later on to walk from the boat up to the fish market. It is very beautiful. People sit there and they watch the recreational boats coming here, and they have ice cream and all those things. The fish market, we are the second biggest fish exporter in the world. China is number 1. And even so that we are the second biggest exporter in the world, it's only 10% of our export.
blue. Give it. Entrance to the bar.
So Kristiansand was founded by Christian IV, a Danish king. And he actually also drew the floor plan. It's perfectly square, 1 square kilometer. We're surrounded by water on 3 sides. 2 is the sea, and then 1 is a river called the Utra. And just to keep you guys away, I have a little quiz for you. Awake, not awake, sorry. Keep you awake. Do you know on what sea that you guys were sailing?
North Sea.
No. No. You didn't think it was going. I didn't think anybody would guess it. It is actually the
Norwegian Sea.
Skagerrak Sea.
Oh,
Yeah, and the Skagerrak Sea, the name comes from Skagen, which is the most northern part of Denmark. And then Rag means channel. And if you look at the map, you look at the southern part of Norway, and the northern part of Denmark is separated by a little channel. So Skagerrak Sea. Norway is surrounded by 5 seas, by the way. We have the Kattegat and the Skagerrak, and then we have the North Sea, and then the Norwegian Sea, and then the Iberian Sea. Right now we're kind of driving in the industrial area. As you can see, everything leaves from here, and everything arrives here. We have the bus on the left. We also have 2 ferries, and if you have very good eyes, you can maybe see Denmark from here. If you look to your left, Denmark is only 80 miles from here. We have 2 ferries that go there. It takes about 2.5 hours. Then we also have the train station here on the left, and has 2 different styles because it was built during 2 different periods. It was built during one period when we belonged to Sweden, and the other period is when we became independent here.
So now we can know. There we go, the train.
We are going to drive in the direction from Stavanger and Stavanger, I think you would say it maybe in English, Stavanger. Stavanger is 230 kilometers, so about 150 miles from here. And then the other direction east is Oslo, and we call it Oslo. And Oslo is about 320, so about 200 miles from here. And soon on the left you see a home away from home, the Nieuw Statendam. Yeah. And then if you look straight ahead, or it's going to be on your right, you're going to see a yellow building with a United Nations flag, and also a streamer from a Norwegian flag. And that building here on the right, on the top of this rock, we call it the Gestapo headquarters, or the horror house, because here during World War II, 3,500 people were interrogated and tortured and sent to concentration camps. There you see on the left, you see the fjord line, one of the ferries that goes to Denmark.
That's how we came to Kristiansand then. All right.
Here on the left, you see Glencore Extrada. It's a very special business, actually. It's huge, the company, not just here in Norway. It has 190,000 employees in 35 different countries. But what it does, it recycles end-of-life materials like in the automotive industry or in the electronics. And those end-of-life things get sent to Rhode Island and to California, where it goes to a horn smelter, and then it goes to Canada, Quebec, and then finally comes here with the bits and pieces that still has nickel in it. And we refine the nickel till it is 99.9% clean. And you know, nickel is used in medical equipment, but also in TVs and phones. It's Tina. And Tina is a dairy factory. It's the biggest dairy factory in Norway. And the farmers, 1,500 farmers owns this dairy factory and the dairy industry. And we know Tina especially from the cheese Jarlsberg. I don't know if you have heard about that cheese. And also Gjetost. Gjetost is that brown cheese, and on your travels, if you see Gjetost or the brown cheese, I recommend you to try it. Some people love it and some people hate it. It's a cheese that tastes like caramel, so you have to kind of wrap your head around that, because it's made of the whey or the liquid of the milk, and then they have added some sugar and caramelized it. It's made from the goat's milk, so the whey from the goat's milk. Anyway, beautiful it is, isn't it? And if you look, you see the main houses are white. You see that? All the houses. But then you say, I see some red buildings. Well, those are other buildings, and I'll tell you how they came. And you're also going to see there are some wimpers or streamers in front of their houses. Well, those houses, many of them are vacation homes. I have to tell you a little story of this town that I think is quite cute, and it's true, by the way. It's not something that my husband has told me. How to convert specie dollars into Norwegian kroner anymore, and especially there's 10,000 specie dollar in the safe. Let's just give it to them. So the classroom got 10,000 back. The 100-meter law, and the 100-meter law says or states that you cannot build anything within 100 meters of the coast. But the problem with that is, if there was already a house before 1960, that the law was made in 1960, if there was already a house built in 1960, you could rebuild it and make it bigger. But what did people do? You could build boat houses, and if you look here, some of those boat houses have 2 levels, has little windows, has little curtains, and real soon people started building boat houses and building them into summer houses, which is illegal, but so far they have been gotten away with it. Like you see here on the left, they have little flowers in the sea, selling lobster, salmon, and wood, concrete. But now they have put wood around it. You see it there? Yep. Yeah. It goes. Stop. Yeah. Can you take a picture of it? Oh, we go in? Do you guys want to go out and take a picture? No? Okay. Yeah, it will take too long if we do that. It's a favorite hangout for motorhomes. Yeah, they go from one lighthouse to another, or follow the coast. We are in the most southern part of Norway. So if you go 2,500 kilometers or about...
Shown a 1-hour movie about the history of the lighthouse and how it all functions. We were also shown the museum, and after that we proceeded to climb the mountain, the lighthouse.
or are you going all the way up? Now I hope and I think that my colleague.
Can I just hold this over
Yeah, that's nice. My young colleague Thea, she has fixed the film here, so let's cross our fingers, and I will show you a little film you made some years ago about the wedding. Coastline.net.
high tide. Let's see how windy it is. It's gonna fly. See? Wow. Look at that. Okay, there we go. On our way up to the lighthouse. Lighthouse! Very windy. Oh, what happened? Something. It says. Choo, choo, choo. Oops. Walking on to the southernmost tip of Norway. You see, it's closer to Iberian. Hello.
Yeah, it is.
Not at all.
No chance. Yeah. No chance.
People.
You can't even see halfway. Not going to.
I gotta stop and rest. Get my breath.
Let's go. It's not too difficult. It's not windy. And here is the lighthouse. Lighthouse, windy. It's windy. Following the video. We'll go. There you go. Keep going. We are going around in a circle, 360 degrees. Oh, it stopped. Right here. The door.
I think so.
There you go. Hey, no. So we of the lighthouse and the southernmost part of Kristiansand. Beach in the middle.
You're right. And then the fourth famous lady is our crown princess, Mettenmaret comes from a subdivision which is around here, Voxbugt. It's still in the family. The family still owns it. The great-grandnames of Barry, besides the Tina, which what they talked, we didn't know anything. So the government said here, we need to find our identity. We need to find how people who have never been introduced to other countries lived, and those people lived in the mainland. Has a higher status than Coca-Cola in France. Here's an abandoned farm on the left. A full day, April till September, middle of September. Yeah, stop here. Yeah. So we're gonna go out. There's that many people who need to go to the bathroom. It's the house here on the left. It still is the Isaacson. It's still in the family. The family still owns it. The great-grandson was a curator of the Oslo Museum of Art. And
The Indian food came with soup, pakoras, lime rice, cauliflower curry, raita, and papadam, and a dessert. End of day 14. Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.